He does not clean his room. He is so dirty.
He does not clean his room.
He's one of those video gamers that tests at everything and goes, bro, that wasn't even my fault. It was the lag. Like, he's so annoying.
Oh my god, those Twitch streamers.
Okay. And oop.
Did you put a timer for 3 minutes?
I did.
Good.
I'm always in control of my kitchen, honey.
But sometimes you're not in control of your cupboard.
True. Well, that's great. Okay, bye.
So Lennox had a friend, Lincoln, spend the night last night. Very rambunctious. We had to tell him to simmer down many times. They were playing with balls against the wall in his room. And I said, Lynn, do you need to get that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
And oop.
And Link, a.k.a. Lincoln, spent the night. And there was a lot of rambunctiousness, noise, playing, banging against the walls. And so a few times we had to be like, dude, simmer down. Right?
Yeah. Like, you can't bang against the walls.
Yeah.
We live in a condo, so our walls are shared with neighbors.
Yeah.
It's not like a single family home.
Yeah.
So we were like, you have to be considerate.
Yeah.
And every time they were like, okay, yeah. And
Right.
then 20 minutes later,
20
bang,
minutes.
bang, 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 bang.
Or 20 seconds. But I said, Len, you need to be considerate of if someone is trying to take a nap, like they work the third shift or something, or if someone is they go zen, they meditate, or if someone just wants to enjoy peace and quiet in their home, you share a wall. So stop banging around with.
Right. Yeah, on one hand, I agree with you. On the other hand, I was like, well, they're two 10-year-old boys.
Yeah.
I say we let them be loud until like 10 p.m. And then,
Yeah.
okay. I say from like the hours of 10 p.m. to 8 a.m., you got to be quiet.
Yeah.
But your theory is no, 24 hours a day, you got to be quiet. Because
Yes.
you don't know what people's schedules are or
Yeah.
preferences.
We hear people's garage doors open. So it's very tight quarters, close quarters. And like I said, people just want peace and quiet, or they want a nap. So I think we need to be low key, and we are low key majority of the time. But when Len has Link over, it's madness. And I get it, but on the other hand, I was like, go outside, because they like the park. They like going to the park. They like raising hell. And that's fine. But in our home, where we share walls, we live next to old people.
Yeah, that's the other thing. There's no kids around us, so no one else like understands or can relate.
Yeah. And honey, I'm one of those old people. I want peace and quiet. I want serenity for the most part. But putting like times on, like you can be raucous until 8 p.m. Well, I don't want to hear that stuff till 8 p.m. So, yeah. We were like, chill. And then that chill would last for about 20 seconds. And then they would begin banging the walls and the floors. So, spent the night. Everything went fine and dandy for the most part. But this morning at 12:40, I thought I was in the shower and I thought, well, he needs to go. And I say that with as much love and affection as possible. But like it's a rock in a smooth surface that you're stepping on.
It's
No?
the Princess and the Pea.
Yes.
The
there you go.
peas underneath her mattress stack.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you just can't handle it.
We can't be ourselves. Luna can't be herself. I want to flop. I like to walk around in my underwear.
Lennox forbid you to walk around in your underwear
Yes.
while a friend was over.
Yes.
And I kind of understand it,
Yeah.
I guess.
And Sundays are for the Sunday scaries and to chill and to sort of reset and relax. And when Lennox and Lincoln are throwing a ball around a tiny bedroom with a bunk bed, another thing was I thought they would like bust their head against the bunk bed or their wall.
I kept expecting an injury.
Yeah.
And I kept going back and forth in my head. Would it be better for our child to get injured or another person's child? Like,
Yeah.
what's preferable?
Yeah.
But yeah, I totally thought someone was going to fall off the bunk bed or throw their head through the wall.
I pictured blood.
Yeah.
Blood spurting. Like spraying everywhere. And then I got to clean that shit up.
I was trying to fall asleep. It was the middle of the night.
Yeah.
I couldn't relax really. And I kept envisioning, I'm going to have to go to the ER pretty soon.
Right.
I'm going to have to drive us to the hospital. So I need to stay alert.
Yeah.
I think something's wrong with us, honey. I don't think
Yes.
that's a normal way for parents to be with their kids having a sleepover.
There's many things wrong with us. Well, and we like Link. We love Link.
Yeah, we do.
We enjoy his company. But we couldn't drink. Well, we've drunk with him around, but for whatever reason we didn't last night. We can't pod because Lennox is embarrassed, and can you blame the kid? And then morning boom boom was impacted, honey. But yeah. So at 12:40, I thought, okay, like, how about 2:00? So. Could be another thing is that Luna is impacted, and the same thing when Luna has friends over, Lennox stays in his room.
Yeah.
Lennox had Link over. Luna stayed upstairs, and she only like came out like
She's
Tom
like,
Clancy.
Is he
spy
gone
novel.
yet?
Yeah.
Is the coast clear?
Are they gone? Is the coast clear? She used our bathroom, which is perfectly fine. But our home operates on a low key level where we don't need peas in our mattress, even though the princess had 8 mattresses, 13.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. But so we were like, okay. I was like, Link needs to go at 2. And God love him, bless him. Nice kid. We enjoyed his company, but we need to reset. And we need to chill and just have no interruptions or disruptions. So I told you that. And then you delivered the message to Link and Lennox. And can you describe how that went, honey? Set the scene, if you will.
Okay. The boys were in the bedroom, so I went there, knocked on the door and opened the door, and I said, hey, Link has to go home at 2:00.
Yeah.
And I didn't know who to make eye contact with, so I was like looking back and forth, because I was speaking like in first person or whatever, third person.
Yeah.
So I said,
Narrator.
okay, Link, yeah, gotta go home at 2 p.m.
Yes.
If you need a ride, we'll give you a ride.
Yeah.
If you guys are hungry, I made some pizzas. They're in the fridge.
Oh, yeah.
And, okay, me and Vince are going to the gym. Bye-bye.
Yeah.
And that was it. And please give me your critique of how I delivered the message, honey.
So we were on our way to the gym, and I said, how did you deliver that message? Because I had an idea of how to deliver the message. And how you brought it to their attention, I couldn't fathom. So I thought, 1, if you will, grab Lennox, say, hey, Len, come out here. I need to talk to you by yourself, and say, Link's gotta go.
He doesn't have to go home, but he can't stay here.
You got to get the hell out of here. And because Luna is... We barely see Luna.
Luna has to emerge from her bedroom at some point.
We barely see her as it is, but we're seeing her even less because Link is here, and that's perfectly understandable. So tell Link that he needs to arrange for transportation, or he needs to go at 2, and be kind, be gentle. But that needs to happen. The other situation, the other scenario I thought was delivering the message to both of them and saying, Link, we enjoyed your stay. It was fantastic. You're welcome anytime, but the Sunday scaries are setting in. We need to reset as a family, as our home. Lennox needs a shower. So please find your way home at 2 and we'll give you a ride home, etc. But you didn't do either.
No, I delivered this whole message in about 20 seconds or less.
I was like, ooh.
Well, you're so diplomatic.
Yeah.
You're very caring.
Yeah.
You want to give a ton of information.
I'm caring.
You want to share your feelings, apparently.
What was the verb we saw on Below Deck? Whinging?
Whinging.
Whinging, which is complaining.
Yeah. That's like the British way of saying like complaining, whining.
WHINGE.
ING.
ING.
Whinging.
But I was like, okay. Well, that's one way to deliver the message. And yeah.
Well, I said it with kindness.
Okay. Good.
I wasn't like
This was the third scenario that I was like Doctor Strange. I was like, there's 18 million scenarios and I see 16,000 that will result this way. Marvel sucks, by the way. By the way, DC sucks. I watched Black Adam. Terrible movie. But did he take kindly to it from what you could tell?
Yes.
You didn't make eye contact at first.
I did. Like I didn't know where to look, so I glanced back and forth between both boys as I was talking.
Yeah.
It was fine.
You're like a nervous 13-year-old boy talking to a pretty 15-year-old girl. Like, just stare at the ground.
Well, how do you kick a child out of your home?
Right.
That's the real question.
Right.
It was fine. It was well received.
Good.
They were both like, okay, cool.
Yeah. Well, I wanted him to know that he's welcome and we enjoy his company. I bought them Little Caesars last night. They noshed on it.
We bought them donuts this morning.
Oh, that's true. That's right.
I mean, can you ask for a more loving... warm host and hostess?
No, and we left them alone besides the few times where I yelled Lennox's name. I yelled Lennox's name like I've never yelled.
Lennox! I know, I've never heard you yell.
Like I was on the fucking Mount Tsunami. Mount Fuji screaming someone's name. And there was no response. So I yelled even louder. And still nothing from Lennox or Lincoln. And so a third time... I probably, I
talk about disrupting and annoying the neighbors.
Yeah.
You were like, Lennox, come here.
Yeah. I was like, those weird birds in the dark crystal going, oh, but I yelled super loud. Finally, Lennox. Well, at first he opened his door and I was like, come here. I'm not going to talk to you from 20 feet away. And, he came to the living room and I said, whatever you do. And I said this with a smile, honey. I said it with love and affection and levity. Because I'm not going to, I don't act out of anger. Sure, shouting his name from the rooftops might seem just like in contempt, but
you didn't.
I was just trying to get his attention for the third fucking time. Yelled his name.
I heard you yelling. You didn't sound angry.
Okay.
You're just trying to be loud.
Okay.
Lennox!
So he opened his door and I was looking at him and I said, come here. And he walked to 10 feet. And I said, whatever you're doing, stop it. And I said it with a smile and I was glowing. I said it as nice and amiable as possible. And he's saying, okay. So yeah. So what had happened was, at around 2, because we were targeting, and that, by the way, that was at 1:50, dude.
Right.
I was like, oh, is this going to get crazy closer to 2? But at 2, I was in the living room cutting my toenails. Okay, listen, we're out here being real. You were in the shower.
Yeah, I said, it's 2 p.m. It's time for Link to go.
Yeah.
I'm getting in the shower and you can deal with this, honey.
Yeah. Yeah, and I needed your guidance. I wanted you to take control, but you trusted me
I did.
with the responsibility. So you were in the shower. 2:00 happened. My attention was diverted for my toenails fly everywhere, and I try my best to get them out of the carpet.
Oh man,
it's hard. Life is hard. But I see Lennox emerge from downstairs, from back up to upstairs where we live.
Right, downstairs is where our front door is.
Yes, front door.
And our living area is here on the second floor.
Correct.
For those of you who don't know.
Yes. If you know, you know. And why would you know?
We have no company, so you wouldn't know.
Liz Fisher knows.
Liz Fisher and Lincoln know.
Yes. And so I see Lennox emerge from the first floor coming up to the second floor. And I'm like, and it's around 2. And I go, well, what happened? Where's Link? Oh, he just left. And I thought, okay. But that rubbed me the wrong way.
Were you clipping your toenails? Where were you when the kids emerged and went downstairs to leave?
I was finished clipping my toes, but I was collecting them from the carpet.
So you're very focused.
From the Judy's Own Berber carpet.
Oh, you're collecting the scraps of...
Yes. Removing my my traces, my
your
whereabouts. Your
skin and your DNA.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Link bounced, unbeknownst to me. And I saw Len, and I was like, where's Link? Oh, he just took off. His brother / dad / whoever picked him up. Okay. So they had arranged that, which I thought was nice. That was cool. Because we offered to give him a ride home. And he could walk home 10 minutes, give or take. But he had arranged transpo, as they say in Britain. But then I thought, well, I said, Len, you should tell Link, like, hey, say goodbye to my parents. Thank them for the Little Caesars. Thank them for letting us bang into the walls for 19 hours straight. And just say, hey, it was nice seeing you. Thank you. Because I remember as a kid spending the night, and at the end, the morning light would come. I would take off. But I would always make sure to thank you, Mrs. Flynn. Thank you, Mr. Pentecostus. Thank you for having me. And they'd be like, oh, you're welcome. You can over every time. And that's what I was looking forward to, but I didn't get to have that moment.
Yeah. That moment was stolen from you.
Yeah. Stolen valor.
I agree that is what a child should do when they leave the house. But putting that burden on Lennox is awkward.
Yeah.
Like expecting him to teach his friend, this is what you do when you leave your friend's house. Like,
Well, I realized
awkward a bit.
I understand that, and that I realized Len is still young, and he's still feeling out the social mores, if you will, just courtesy and how to act, manners, but he needs to prompt his friends to say, hey, thank my parents, say goodbye to them.
Yeah.
And we could have a formal, hello, goodbye, take care, bye-bye, ta-ta. So.
Hopefully next time.
Yeah.
This will change.
Yeah. Because when Luna has friends over, it's not a formal goodbye. Like, we don't write each other cards, but it's like, okay, bye, thanks for coming over.
Yeah, I was thinking about that. Luna's friends who have spent the night, we've known them since they were so little.
Yeah.
So is it a familiarity thing? A fact that they've spent the night and seen us a lot?
Yeah.
Lennox is new to this whole socializing and spending the night and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And they're boys versus girls. I don't know what the difference is. Yeah. I'm not sure what it is.
Well, I'll tell you in sex education, honey, the difference between the boy and the girl. Boys have a and girls have a
Say what?
I was quoting Kindergarten Cop. But, yeah, well, I want Lennox to prompt them to say goodbye. Because I remember being prompted and then...
Really?
Yeah.
Your friends would prompt you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, your mom's here, say goodbye. thank them. So more friendly, more informal than that, but just it was like, okay, bye, thank you for everything.
Yeah.
And but Link is welcome back anytime.
Yeah, for sure.
He's got better sneakers than me, honey. He has Nike Air Max.
They were nice.
I'm sitting there with $40 Pumas that need to be replaced. They're old and busted.
He had good shoes.
Yeah.
I did notice that.
Yeah. And he's got a good haircut, which
Okay.
we're going to try to get Lennox, the Lincoln Win cut. We were at grocery outlet yesterday, and there was a woman who was in the parking lot. We had parked and we're about to get out, and she was motioning like she had something to say. She wanted your attention, and she was on your side of the car. You were driving, and I said, "Hey, open your door a little and see what's crack-a-lacking, see what's popping." You open your door, and she said, "Oh, my name is Tamara." And I don't, and she literally like was looking at her pocketbook. Like she opened the change part of her little purse. She was like, "Oh, I don't have bus money. I need bus money." And I thought, "Oh, all right." And I said, no, sorry.
Yeah, I immediately turned my head to you because I was like, first of all, honey, in my head I'm thinking this, you made me open my door.
Yeah.
If anyone is ever gesturing to you through your car window, it can only mean one thing.
Yeah.
So I looked at you, I was like, you better handle this.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking in my head.
Yeah.
And luckily you were like, no. And I was like, no. And I shut my door immediately.
Yeah.
Ugh. Scary. So scary.
I understand. I knew where this was headed. I knew where the end of Black Adam was going. But I still watched Black Adam like, oh, just let her have her say. And let's pretend. We're all playing pretend, honey, in society. And she was like, oh, I don't have any bus money. And do you have any money? And in those instances, I say, no, sorry, which you echoed. And so we went in, grocery outlet. We spent, 20-30 minutes browsing and buying nonsense, snacks, and junk food. Some sensible things, like carnitas and chili verde pork. But anyways, we head out to... We're done with our shopping experience. We head to the parking lot. And Tamara, we see Tamara still hitting up shoppers, people parking for money. Like she hadn't obtained this bus fare. It's almost like it's a ruse, honey. Like she doesn't need bus fare.
Well, I was like, you're not having luck here. Why don't you move along to the gas station across the way?
To the Del Taco.
And listen, I've been known to give money to people who are asking.
You've given really hungry guy $10-15 total.
I've given money to Really Hungry Guy and others.
Yeah.
But the thing is, you don't come up to someone when they're in their vehicle. There's something very, vulnerable about that.
There's a protocol.
Like, you accost someone when they're exiting the grocery store.
Yes.
Not when they're exiting their vehicles. Okay?
I see.
So just, a note to everyone out there. If you need to ask for money, that's how you do it.
Yeah. So when they're walking in, as opposed to, when they're just in their vehicle exiting...
Yeah, there's something really scary about walking up to somebody in their car.
Yeah.
I don't like it. Don't do that.
Yeah.
Take a different approach.
Yeah.
Perhaps.
I saw Tamara still asking for money. And at what point, obviously she hadn't obtained her bus funds. Sure, Tamara. But at what point do you say, hey, Joe Blow in the Dodge Dakota, at what point do you turn to prostitution? Like, hey,
oh my gosh,
hey,
wow.
Mr. Dodge Daytona, for my bus funds, quote unquote, I'll give you the old 1 and 2,
honey,
in the car. Well, she wasn't having success finding her bus fundage. I'm sure that happens, honey.
Well, I'm sure it does, but I'm just sad by the whole prospect of it all.
Yeah, it was sad.
It's depressing.
It was depressing. Did you have any inclination, because you do give money
I do.
to Really Hungry Guy, but Tamara, no? Too aggressive.
She came. I don't like people coming up to my window. If she had been like just meandering the parking lot, I may have. I may have given her $1 or $2. Yeah, I don't like feeling like threatened.
Yeah.
Or attacked.
Yeah, or hurried.
Yeah.
Prompted.
Yeah, I might have helped her out otherwise. But you know what? I don't know. I feel sad for people asking for money.
Yeah.
So, I hope she got what she needed that day. I hope
Sure.
she's in a better place today.
She had wacky yoga pants, which okay, but she had a working cell phone, and I would have turned to prostitution earlier.
Would you have?
Sure.
Okay.
Truck stop. Ever hear of it, honey? I'll give you the old 1 and 2
Okay, honey.
for $35. I don't know what the 1 and 2 is. I'm not.
Is $35 the going rate?
According to Cops episodes in 1988.
Oh.
Yes. Well, yeah.
You're selling yourself short. Inflation, okay?
So I should hold
You're
out
worth
for,
more than that.
I should hold out for $45.
Yes.
You want the old 1 and 2 to be $45 there, Mr. Dodge Daytona?
And oop.
I almost shared a story.
I'm sorry.
When Luna was a baby, like around 1 year old.
Yeah.
Me and Louie and her were in my car. It was a weeknight. It was dark. And we ran out of gas. And we were at the Chevron on Howe Avenue.
Oh, dear. Yeah.
And the Chevron's like attached to a McDonald's. And we were just sitting inside. And neither of us had any money. And we were like, my car literally died.
Yeah.
We had no money. We were just sitting there at night talking. And I was so upset. And I was so mad.
Yeah.
And like, he had no money. I had no money. And we were just sitting there. And I had Luna. And she was just like, sitting on my lap.
Yeah.
And this lady overheard us talking. This black woman. She's like middle-aged.
So your windows were rolled down?
No, we were sitting inside the McDonald's.
Mm.
Because the McDonald's was like
Okay.
attached.
Yeah.
We were inside just sitting in the booth.
Jeez.
And we were like, what are we going to do? I don't know. What are you going to do? I don't know. And I was crying. And this lady was like, here's $5 or $10. She gave us like $5 or $10.
Yeah.
And so we got gas and we were able to get home.
You've come quite the distance, my love.
Yeah, I know.
couldn't imagine. And you and Louie both had jobs. You still have jobs.
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm like more empathetic or sympathetic to people in my situation, because I've been there.
Yeah.
And like, it's, you judge people.
Yeah.
And the majority of them are like losers.
Right.
Or whatever.
Well, that's the thing. 95% of them are just fronting.
And maybe I was a loser too.
Looking through their pocketbook.
But it's just like sometimes a little like a stranger giving you a few dollars makes a world of difference.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's why I help people.
Gotcha. I remembered. It's Christmas. We watched the Wham! Last Christmas music video. First of all, Last Christmas is a better song than All I Want for Christmas Is You by Mariah Carey. At this point, because All I Want for Christmas Is You is an excellent song, but I've heard it so many freaking times. Yeah. And Last Christmas, it's still a joy. It's still like, oh, I'm getting to discover these.
They're both great songs.
They're both great songs,
Last
yes.
Christmas tells more of a story.
Yeah.
I feel like it takes you through a journey.
Uh,
And I picture the music video in my head whenever I hear it. Like
Yeah.
them romping about in the sno
Yeah.
at a cabin.
yeah. George Michael pretending to like ladies while wearing lipstick. Okay. But I feel like All I Want for Christmas Is You is just, it's so played. I'm so over it when I hear it or see it. Skip. But Wham! Last Christmas, it still holds a special place.
I've been thinking about this because Wham! Last Christmas came out in the 80s.
Yes.
Is that true? Okay.
Yes.
I wonder, is it a song that was immediately a hit, a Christmas classic?
Yeah.
Or did it take time and decades for it to, like... Because now, you hear it constantly during the Christmas season.
Yeah.
It seems like you hear all the old, like, Bing Crosby, the Christmas cowboy guy.
Yes.
Gene Autry.
Gene Autry.
Like, you hear the oldies.
Yeah.
Rocking Around the Christmas Tree.
Yeah.
And then you hear the newer. You hear Wham! Last Christmas.
Bublé.
You hear Bublé. You hear Mariah Carey, All I Want for Christmas.
Groban.
You hear Kelly Clarkson.
Yes.
Christmas, What a Beautiful Sight. Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And then there's that one Justin Bieber and that one Ariana Grande song.
Santa Baby. That's Ariana. And then Bieber is Mistletoe. Yeah.
So it's just like, those are like the Christmas staples.
Yeah.
The majority of them are really old. And then we have like 4 or 5 newer Christmas songs that have become staples.
Yeah.
But I wonder about the Wham! One. Like, was that a hit immediately? Or were people like, what is this, Wham?
Minor hit. And then I think it receded into nothingness. But it's experienced a resurgence. I'm speaking anecdotally from my life in the past 3 years. But the Mariah Carey song, smash hit from the get-go, to where 6, 7, 8 years into it, it's like, okay. It was so much fun, but I've heard it 9 trillion times.
You know, the Wham! Song Last Christmas was covered on Glee. Like season 2 or 3 of Glee. So when they were in their peak, like prime of popularity.
Yeah.
Which was like 2011 or 12.
Yeah.
And I wonder if that cover like propelled it into like popularity,
right.
Or was it already a recurring hit before Glee?
It was a slow burn, but Glee, like many songs, hit songs, brought it back to prominence.
And then Taylor Swift also did a cover of Last Christmas, and you hear that on the radio. So who came? What did Glee come first? Did Taylor Swift come first? I'm curious, like, if this has always been in the zeitgeist of pop culture, or if these more recent iterations by these recent pop hits and pop culture has brought it back into our current day playlists. I have no idea, but I'm very curious.
I have an idea.
Okay.
It was Glee and Taylor Swift, and Wham! Last Christmas is a fantastic song.
It is. It's so good.
Mariah Carey, All I Want for Christmas Is You, is played, dude. It needs to go back into the hinterlands, go back into obscurity for 8, 9 years, and then it'll come back, and then people will be like, "Wham! Sucks. Last Christmas sucks."
Yeah, everything comes on a cycle.
Yeah.
Just it has to go away, and then it can come back again, and then it goes away and comes back again.
What's new is old again.
Yes,
honey. I have nothing more to say.
I would like to go pee.
Yes, you made cine rolls.
Yeah, my cinnamon rolls are cooling as we speak.
Cool.
So I would love to go pee right now.
Yes.
And then I would like to feed you and the kids my cinnamon rolls.
Wonderful. We don't have any ice cream, but we have Cool Whip.
I doused those babies in frosting.
Good.
So I don't think you need any more sugar, honey.
Well, it's more like, you know what it is? It's more like ice cream is cold / frozen versus hot cine roll. The juxtaposition, the contrast is out of sight.
Yeah, I know.
And Cool Whip is room temperature. Cool Whip is a good time, but there's nothing like ice cream. Although, ladies and gentlemen...
No.
Right.
False alarm.
Okay. Bye.
And oop, come here.
Ladies and gentlemen, our next guest needs no introduction. He spent all night banging against the wall. with a ball and his homeboy Lincoln Loon.
Nothing but a ball and a dream.
And we had to interrupt him several times. Help me give a warm welcome to the lovely, the talented Lennox Albert Garcia. Hi, Lynn. Do you have any hot takes about Christmas and music?
Yeah.
Please come closer. Go ahead. What do you got? What do you got?
My hot take is the song Wonderful Christmas Time is the best Christmas song.
By Paul McCartney,
Yeah.
the Beatle.
Can you sing us a line?
No.
Simply having a
wonderful
wonderful Christmas time. It's fantastic. It's a good song.
It's a fun time.
Yeah.
It's super fun.
It's a wonderful Christmas time.
It's a wonderful Christmas time, truly.
Yeah. But whenever that comes on, our Google Nest Mini, Lennox comes out and starts dancing. You know what? Lennox dancing is a wonderful Christmas time. What did Lincoln think of our parenting skills? Did I yell your name too loud?
Were we so annoying, constantly coming and be like, you guys need to quiet down?
Yeah.
No, we didn't talk about you guys at all.
Oh, well.
You didn't talk about us? That's all we talked about.
He didn't. You guys talked about us?
You guys,
Of course.
You guys occupied our lives for the past 26 hours. But does Link think we're cool? Does Link think I'm funny?
Yeah, sure.
All right.
Yeah.
The Paul McCartney song is a good time. And it's dumb.
Lennox likes the Paul...
sing-
That's funny. Lennox likes the Paul McCartney.
Yeah.
Luna likes the John Lennon Christmas song.
Ah.
What's that?
So this is Christmas,
Ah.
and what
Oh, that-
have you done?
John versus Paul, the classic
Paul.
Beatles argument /
Oh, yeah.
conundrum. Well, Paul's still alive, and that's all that matters.
Oh, sure.
What happened to
Yeah.
Lennon? Is he dead?
Yeah.
He died.
He died like 40 years ago.
Yeah, some nut job killed him in Manhattan.
Strawberry fields
Forever.
forever.
I guess it's not forever. All right. All right. So how did the sleepover with Link go?
Yeah, that's fun.
Is he still our friend?
Sure.
Does he think I'm funny?
Yeah.
This time, the first time he didn't spend the night, but he like hung out here for a while. I was lighting matches. I had jokes. I had material. I had
Yeah,
hot
cuss
takes.
words.
I cursed. I riffed. But this time I kept it low key. Which do you prefer, Lennox? Which does Link prefer? What do you want, the chill Vince, or do you want the showman?
Lincoln said you were a lot more chill, and he liked it.
He liked it. He liked the chill Vince.
Yeah.
Well, I like the showman Vince.
What did you like, son?
Both.
Aww.
Len, if Jerry Seinfeld came out on stage, it was just like, hey, how's it going? And didn't have any jokes or comedy or bits, people would be like, what are you doing, Seinfeld?
Lennox, do you know who Jerry Seinfeld is?
Yeah.
Oh, wow, you do?
No,
Who is he?
Aw, shoot.
No, probably
Isn't it
not.
that one show? Seinfeld?
Yes.
It's that one Seinfeld show.
That's
Yeah.
that one
I like
show.
that guy.
Okay.
All right. Well, anything else, Len? Thoughts, feelings, comments, reflections on the night, your shower?
No. More donuts next time.
I got you 2 giant donuts each.
Oh, yeah.
They were good, but I want more.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, bye.
We shared an apple fritter and coffee, which, by the way, were donuts made for coffee, or was coffee made for donuts, Len?
Donuts for coffee.
Yeah, I agree.
Disagree, because coffee is disgusting.
I like
No.
coffee.
But you add a donut to it, and it gives you life. A donut by itself, I think, it's a good time.
I love donuts. They're my best
Yeah.
food.
Well, when you start drinking coffee,
No.
let us know, and then
I never liked coffee. I've never
neither
had
do
it.
I. It's disgusting.
Coffee's good.
Well.
You pour so much milk / cream into there.
No,
honey.
so much? No.
Black coffee by itself is horrifying.
That's true.
Yeah.
I like a wee bit of cream.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
Okay.
But donuts were made for coffee. Or did I say the opposite 40 seconds ago, Lane?
I don't know.
All right. Well, we're going to get you a haircut next week for our Christmas family picture.
No. No.
All right. All right. How about we're done, honey?
We're done.
Okay, we need to go to the bathroom.
Yes, we do.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.